I mean, I remember
We were
being
literally
in
at the club trying to dance to this song. This is like a banger. And you can't dance to this song. Yeah, right. No, we weren't doing any of that back then. It was more like step,
No,
clap.
let Information Society come and sue us for using this song.
Do it.
Come on.
Because we want to know where y'all at. We want to know what you're thinking.
We want to know exactly. And if we're getting some extra streams for you, that's money in your pocket.
Boom.
So
like,
come on.
Strike us. Do it.
I mean, absolutely in the club.
And like I said, there was no body rolls. Like now we're like, back in the day, it was just like, hey, how you doing? I'm Jackye. Is that a Marlboro? I want a Zima.
I want a Zima, and on the bar they had a bowl of Jolly Ranchers, so you could drop one in. Oh my gosh!
Have you had a Seagram's? Bruce Willis is the.
Oh my gosh!
I went into Bath and Body Works. You know how they have those candles?
Yeah.
I smelled one. I swear to you, it was Seagram's Golden Wine Coolers. I think it called it like Summer Breeze or something. I was like, oh no.
I mean, that's Bartles and James time.
Yeah. Well. Oh, Bartles and James.
Joe was there with us. Joe totally was there with us. 100%. Oh my gosh. What is happening? What is happening? First of all, Waco Wi-Fi is stalled. So this made LinkedIn this week, that picture. Thank you so much, Jamie, for that. She's gone. And the kicker is Restream has me in. I know.
Literally, Jamie,
it's your Waco Wi-Fi. And by the way, I'm in. It made me sign in to the admin account. Yeah. I did it, and now I'm not in as an admin. Well, what you have me sign in as an admin for? I can't share a comment, nothing. You have to do it all because it won't let me do a thing. I don't what this thing.
Joe also, yeah, I think, really.
Joe was absolutely kicking back a Zima. Joe.
Joe was kicking back a Zima.
Joe. Come on, Joe. Don't try.
And, I was thinking, just for the record, we have the business. We use Zoom. Zoom really be having a full office suite now.
It's really interesting. And Joe, by the way, is crushing it.
Crushing the game.
If you don't follow Joe, please follow him on LinkedIn. Good stuff. Oh, look at you with your transform mug. I should have done mine. We could have twinned. I did my, I don't know. I'm feeling some sort of way. I'm missing my girls this morning. I mean, Frankie's always with me.
That is Frankie. If you need to come, I'll adopt you.
I love that kid, but I'm just missing the girls this morning.
Frankie, if you need to come because he's so cool, because you come over to Texas, we've got a room for you always.
I mean, it's just, he's my BFF, but my best buddy. But I don't know, this morning it was just like, I don't know, the girls. Just missing the girls. That's all. So this is what I used to sing to them. I love you, a bushel and a peck.
I will tell you, this week, TJ is a teacher. He's an instructor at the YMCA.
I love that job for him. I love that job for him.
It is like, he's been having a lot of fun with he gets the older ones, which means potty trained.
He is first of all, that child is an anomaly. He is such an anomaly. It's crazy. It's also fun because he's thorough but chill. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's really, I mean, what does Steven say? What is every one of you, except the ones who round up when getting gas? You people need help. What?
Yes, the people who round up when getting gas.
Oh,
those people,
Oh, I do it. I like even numbers. I don't like to, it says
I used to do that.
2761. I don't like that. I could probably get it to 2775 or something like that. That makes me feel better. I'm okay.
Listen, I want to tell
Even
you the
thank you. It
truth
took
of the
me a
matter.
second to follow that. I'm sorry.
A couple of years ago, we saw this comedy show, or I don't remember if it was comedy or a religious show or both. It could have been both. But the guy said, "You'll never see my wife pumping gas." Like, it was a thing where it was like, you're like, what? It was like, you're not going to catch my wife, me not taking care of my wife's needs. You will never see my wife having to pump her own gas. And ever since then, I'm always like, that's weird. And I try, but when I get in my car, it's like the gas is already ready, done. So I don't get to round up anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably do it like right now, but
in New Jersey, which is the last state we lived, it's you're not allowed to pump your own gas. So
right? It was like that in Oregon too.
So that is never an issue, and they absolutely do not round up the gas attendants. They're just like, as soon as that click happens, boom, they're done.
They're like, next car. Speaking of which, I should tell you, because we haven't talked about it. Last week we were in Idaho. Made me think of Oregon for the the Poop Scoop convention. So it was owners of pet waste businesses, 200 of them. I met the king of poop.
I'm sorry, that's someone's real title.
He calls himself the king of poop. He's been doing it for over 25 years. And let me tell you,
can you give context to this though, so everybody
yes knows. So Todd and I mean, we're co-owners of Platinum Scoops, which is a organization that helps clean people's yards of the gross dog pet waste and help restore their yards.
Doggy poo-poo.
Poo-poo. Doggy poo-poo. And TJ was like, if we're going to do poop, we should do horses and stables. I was like, oh, no.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah. And chicken coops? Absolutely not. I mean, there's
horses and stables. Then when you're getting shovels, something's wrong.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, my back can't take it. Cannot take it. But what was interesting was like learning, most of it was learning how to run a small business. Some of it was the specifics of the business. And a lot of people were going for the same reason, wanting to have multiple streams of income, not wanting an organization like AI averse.
I mean, we have the funniest people. I'm so glad all of you are here today. Good morning again to Joe and Troy and Stephen. Good morning.
It was really, actually really great. I think the best part, we had a networking, like a networking section, and I kept asking people, so what's the name of your company? And everyone had a story behind it. Like, it was so hard. It took us 3 weeks to come up with Platinum Scoop. And then we had to pay. I was like, that cost us. We learned about owning a small business very quickly because it cost us about $600 to go from Platinum Scoop to Platinum Scoops.
Yeah,
for real. I mean, we had to get a new domain. We had to get a new LLC, the whole thing. So
I thought you were going to say the networking was like, I'll show you my poop if you show me yours.
No, but you did get these little, like, the ice cream scoops, and you had to find people that had like the same color and stuff.
Oh,
and there's plenty of poop jokes. And on every table, the cutest part, on every table, there was a little thing of turf with little dog figurines on it. So cute. Other than that, it was really just a regular.
Well, but I think one of the things also, first of all, that's really exciting. But one of the other things also is it was a beautiful location where this, right? Because you were sending me pictures. Yeah.
Gorgeous. It was Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. I was afraid because it's also known as like the most racist city in the United States.
It is?
Yes.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
And I was like, I mean, I don't know what I thought was going to happen. Like, I was going to walk down the street and someone was going to like tackle me. I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but none of that happened. And we were laughing at, like, it's not good for the chamber. You fly into Spokane, come to Idaho. Like, you had to fly into Spokane, Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Drive 30 minutes into Coeur d'Alene. Beautiful location. It was but it kind of gave that like Dirty Dancing vibe, like the whole place, like
at Kellerminster.
yeah, you had to take a boat to go to the pool, you know.
I know somebody knows all those words,
and it was like the golf course, but it was like that time of world, you know, like it was very and you can tell it was like the third or fourth remodel of the hotel. It was gorgeous. But, you know, it was like.
We have the funniest people on this chat today. I don't know if you're reading any of them. Steven's like, I'm glad you understand the concept of not taking your job home with you. I can't share any of these.
Ay, Dios mío. Oh, my God.
There's a tier system of, we could just do that. Yeah.
I thought one of the things that was so funny, somebody had a shirt and it said, I would rather pick up dog shit than deal with your bullshit.
I mean, that's probably a true statement.
That's real. That was really
probably a true statement. It's funny because that lets you, it's so funny how all of these things connect, right? Like someone getting to the point where it's like, I would rather go and pick up dog crap than listen to your crap.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
If that's not like the banner slogan for the workplace, I'm not really sure what else could be, right?
And I was so excited because it's brand new stuff, right?
Yeah.
Brand new. Oh no. We had to talk about hiring and retaining employees. And I was like, I'm glad to know.
Did they have you come up and talk about it or no?
No, they will after I stop hiding. I kept saying, oh, my name's Stephanie. I'm from Des Moines.
I'm Stephanie. I've been picking up poop for 20 years.
I've been picking up poop for 20 years. I can tell what a dog's been eating in a mile radius.
It's that Large Marge voice from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
It's just your yard. Your dog eats too many nitrates.
Let me tell you about Large Marge.
Tell him Large Marge.
This topic for this week, though, very timely because I don't know if you saw big article and hitting the talk shows, like the news shows this morning. The CEO of, now it just went right out of my head.
Oh no!
Of an AI company, starts with an A. Son of a gun! I knew I was going to forget it. He was talking about and put all this stuff out. Just straight up said, I appreciate what everybody is saying. AI will be taking some white collar jobs.
Yes. Oh, I saw that. It said 50%. It was like, oh yeah, no. And let me tell you what AI did for me this week. You're not going to believe it. So I'm doing a video for Work with Jackye, like a speaker reel. The lady sends me like a board of clothes. Clothes, just clothes ideas for like what to pack. I take a screenshot. It's not even a pic. I take a screenshot. I upload it to AI and I say, these are the things that they want to do. Go find me these outfits, $50 or less per item with a link, and purchase them if can be here within 3 days. Ask me first. In 5 minutes, 10 outfits, the shop, earrings to shoes. And it was like, do you want me to proceed?
And was it was on point? The outfits were on point.
And then I said, those are too expensive. And it said, okay, we'll go to Old Navy, we'll go to Walmart, and had it up. A jacket, it knew all of the colors. Like it looked at the screenshot and it said purple, mint, pink, whatever it was. Instantly. I also I went in and I said, look, because I had the reset room. I'm helping people. I just said, look for all of the jobs within human resources or talent acquisition at the top 5 companies, like in the world, all accepting remote. Within seconds.
Now, I'm telling you, that's awesome and terrifying at the same time.
It's smarter than y'all think.
So this guy this morning, if you watched it, he said, gosh, I feel so badly because I really don't want to call him this guy. It was actually a really good, if you want to look him up. It was actually just, I'm not saying whether you agree, disagree. Like he was very well thought out. He's a CEO of this AI company. It starts with an A. This company. It's going to drive me crazy until you find it. But anyway, he said that 2 years ago, he would say that the AI agent was as smart as like a high school student, which is still pretty impressive, he said, but it was as a high school student. 2 years later, for some pieces, it's advanced degree, anthropic. Thank you, Jamie. Yes, Dario. That's it. Yes. Thanks, Jamie. By the way, I don't know if you saw, Jamie said that it was curious if they put Tootsie Rolls on the fake turf in the center of the.
You know what? I totally ignored that.
This guy Dario was saying we have to stop pretending like we're not going to lose white collar jobs. But what was scary for him, and I appreciated this, is the majority of those jobs are going to be entry level roles.
Will you say it again? Because the way you say Dario really makes me smile.
Why Dario? What's the matter with how I said
it?
Dario. I mean, I'm from Philly. We had Darios, Marios.
My favorite.
Yes, that's half of entry level white collar jobs. Half. He said the ideas of compiling information, summarizing information, analyzing information, the things that we try to teach to entry level roles coming in, AI can do it in a fraction of the time for very little cost. And so those that are sitting in senior level roles within an organization can just lean on the known entity of their AI agent or whatever resource, rather than training these white collar entry level roles. The problem is, I mean, there's lots of problems. It's very cool. But the problem on the other side is, well, what are we going to do with all these people who then never learn those skills themselves? If they
won't. But there's going to be, now, I don't remember where it is. There's something else that said there's going to be like 46,000 jobs that don't exist today. So let's hope that there's only 46,000 out of everybody in the world. I mean, on the one hand, that's a lot, but not really. Yeah. The scary part, I think, is maybe even 6 months ago, we were saying you just need to know the prompt, but now it doesn't even need you to do that. No. Like it didn't. It is interesting in looking for the search. Do it today. Like, what do you know about me? Ask, because it knows things that you don't know just from. And be careful, all of y'all accepting cookies from before. It used to be really cute to know that you like Netflix or like videos on YouTube. No, it's tracking a lot more information.
Or porn. I'm just going to say it.
I don't do that.
I'm just telling you, y'all out there, and I know we have listeners that are watching a lot of porn. I'm not here to judge.
Honey, I am.
If I had time, if I had time, if I sit on the couch with my phone, I give myself 45 seconds before I'm like,
yeah, exactly. Hey, look what I found. Hold on.
Yes. Oh, Troy, thank you so much. Troy put the link to that article in the chat as well. But so we are talking about, I find this topic for today fascinating because we're talking about knowing your role. And I have to tell you, yep, you need to know your role today, but in 6 months, it may not be the role that you know what I mean?
Stay present. Like it is your job to stay present. And even if it's not your jam, I think so many people, it's interesting because this is a time frame where we're not indulging in news like we used to. People's appetite and availability for those types of things have lessened. It's all there. What is scary? Like this article, looking at business today, making sure, just don't at me. But look at the New York Times, look at the Wall Street Journal, just put it in your arsenal. Yeah. I use ground news because it gives you the blind spots just in case it's leaning one way or the other way. I look at ground news and it's worth the investment of telling me what's going on. But you have to, because it's there. The information is there. You have to stay on top of it. You cannot put your head in the sand.
Have to stay on top of it. That's so good to remind people. I know that sounds crazy. but we're so busy. I'm going to still say this, but I know I am, and I
Right.
tease about that. But I just mean globally, especially in the US, we operate in such a busy, 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 busy kind of mindset that we really aren't spending the time to do some of this research. And so you think I've got the skills to keep me in my role for a long time. I got to tell you, that is not necessarily the case. If you're in, and he was talking about, if you're in engineering, development, some medical fields. I mean, my man was talking this morning saying at this pace, he would expect AI to cure cancer or
That's
Alzheimer's.
right. That's right.
He said it can go through that much research and come up with these, I don't know, whatever the next, I'm not a medical expert, so I don't want to pretend, but whatever the trials are and things that, like, okay, let's make a change here. This is what the data is telling you. Can do it at that speed. My goodness, well, what are we going to do with these folks that are medical researchers and doctors of certain types, or engineers and developers of certain types? It is something we have to pay attention to. I know it sounds like doom and gloom. I don't mean it that way. I think
I
that
don't think it's
there
I
are
don't think it's
ways.
doom and gloom.
No.
I also think so. I think it's been amazing. I will tell you, and get to know where the limitations are, because it also is your litmus test on like your learning and development plan. You can discover through this. Like, it's going to tell you what you don't know that you
Yep.
need to get on top of.
Yep.
And also, because we're going to hold people to unrealistic standards on the speed of which we expect them to get the work. And
Yes.
so you're not going to get bonus points for it taking you too long. That's what I tried to say. And the only people who knew that I was saying that was you, because you were the only one who knows me in that room. We were talking in a room with a bunch of professionals in the space. They were making a plan for how to roll out some of the change management within AI. Do you remember?
Yeah.
They were looking at the 4 different things, and it was like a 1-year plan. And I, because I'm so gentle, said, and all of you will be replaced by the time this plan is going to be there.
Yes.
Not because of, they weren't wrong in the methodology that they're doing, but what they were saying they could do, they were going to do, AI can already do by itself without you.
And I love, like, Joe is here. I want to make sure we give props to Joe as much as possible, because everyone knows I'm sweet on Joe, and he has been a long time.
Listen,
he's been a long time. I mean, day one supporter of But First Coffee. I want to call it out. I mean, Joe Vachon.
And I cannot log into Zoom and not think of him. I'm going to start sending you text.
I worked out this morning and had my Zoom shirt on, Joe, that you sent. You're on mute. Like, we really appreciate. But I love that Joe is here, and I know others are here as well. But I love that Joe's here, because coming from Zoom, which is obviously a very tech-forward product, that, Joe's question about validation is a real one.
Right.
That there needs to still be people who will validate, right? What's the reliability of this information? How valid are the net products of this AI, induced whatever? Someone still need, but the thing is, it requires individuals to be skilled up. It's a broad array of competencies that someone is going to have to know to be able to do this. Are we ready to even start training people in that?
The level of power, no, especially when we already cut out DEIB. We're not going to explain to people how to deal with or identify their own biases. And I mean, like, the coolest thing about me talking about getting my wardrobe via AI is not the AI. How did it know to go to Nordstrom instead of going to Bloomingdale? No, I'm not kidding. Like, I'm not saying it had a fashion choice. Something told it to go there.
Right.
I mean, and it's a blazer. I mean, it could have gone anywhere.
But you shop at Nordstrom.
I shop at Nordstrom.
Correct. That's it.
It knows. So then if you're not a regular online shopper, and it's like, well, Jackye doesn't, like, the power. Jamie
is like feeling himself
today. Jamie, our producer, said, but it will never shop at Ross. No way. Same. Me and I won't either.
Yeah.
Not because I have anything against
But
Ross.
for me, if I were to do that, and I'm going to try it later on, if I ask it to, it's going to be all about Marshalls and Ross and all the places. It will be because that is my aesthetic. My aesthetic is clearance. That's my aesthetic. I'm not lying, y'all. That's my aesthetic.
Button down.
I mean, look at this. This shirt, I actually really like this shirt. Short sleeve, kind of sweatery. Marshalls, $8. The boy is happy. The boy is happy.
$8.
And AI knows that. Right. Meanwhile, but that's just, again, I've said this before. My kids' first words, mom, dad, clearance. That was the order, right? So like they had to learn that soon. But AI, I guarantee you, to your point, and I haven't done it yet, if I go on and ask it about clothing, I guarantee you it's going to be discount-related places. I'm sure that's true.
And mine will...
Yours is going to be Nordstrom.
Yeah.
And Burberry.
Yeah, it's a problem. And Valentino.
And Valentino.
Just so you know, John really is like my brother. I get a Valentino purse. I'm so excited. He's like, you're going to carry that? Like, you're going to wear it?
I'm like...
He was afraid. It's a little bit too nice.
And I'm used to, look, you want a Valentino bag? I got a guy on Broad Street in Philly. You'll get, it doesn't have an O at the end. It has an A at the end. It's Valentina, but it's close.
It's just as good.
Right? Talia's here this morning.
Carry your bag.
Good morning, Talia. She knows all about Broad Street. That's where we're going to get the bag from. I don't have to worry about it getting stolen because it cost us $6. Like, that's okay. That's all it needs to do.
Listen, y'all.
We shared, and I appreciate Jamie being ready with this because I have no controls in this forum today. We have a link for the RACI models that we mentioned as well, and I want to make sure that we give people that link, so that if there's ways in which, this is such a good one. And Jamie, just make sure that gets in the general chat as well. If you can share that in the, Jackie, if you want to cut and paste, there we go. Thank you. Because I can't do it.
You can do it. You can.
I cannot. I have no control.
I believe in you.
You know what? I have no controls. This is, if you've never done this in the workplace before, and I don't know how often, Jackie, you've done it, and I don't mean that for everybody. Like, it's not about being judgmental. This is one of those things that I thought about this morning, funny enough, listening to Dario talk about this on whatever I was watching, whatever was on at the gym, MSNBC, CNBC, CNN, something was on. And this idea of whoever's scrolling, go back to the definition, go back up to the 5 pieces, but come down a little bit. That thing. Yep.
Yes.
The basics of this are really, think about this as project management, project planning. For some of you, if you've never done like org redesign, like if you're really doing structural changes within your organization, org chart, or adding a new vertical, if you're doing an acquisition, you may need to kind of break this up to say, okay, who's going to be responsible for what? Who ultimately is accountable for some of these tasks? What kind of support do you need? Who needs to be consulted? Consulted is not permission. It's just keeping people, what would you suggest? You can take their ideas, and then there's people that you just are informed. You're not asking for their ideas or permission. You're just letting them know what's happening. This model can be really helpful for people. There's lots of videos on YouTube that by and large really say the same thing. This is really, really helpful when it comes to trying to define who's doing what's my role. And to what Jackie and I have been talking about this morning, it actually is very fluid as well. So that in 4 months, if now AI is being adopted more, and again, I'm coming back to Joe. I mean, Joe was saying this, it's generative or agentic AI. I mean, that's kind of the world we're in right now. That may mean that gets introduced as a responsible party, or even the ultimate accountable party. Scary, I know, but in terms of what some of that product is, it's a great way to kind of frame all of that if you've never used it before.
I think that's great. I think you should, but also pop it in there. I think you should, as you're coming up with your decisions and you're using AI, it's smart to have that, just pop it in there and see what it says and break it down.
Yes.
And also looking at it before you get too exciting to say, what role do you think I should play in this project? Before you start putting those things on, where are my gaps? It can help with some of that if you've been training your AI. I've been using Operator. Now I dropped a ton of money on that. Like it's like $200 a month.
Operator, that was a song. That was it.
It was a song, sweetheart.
Are you going to sing it? Wait.
I'm not.
No, not Jim Croce Operator. There was one. Darn it.
Operator.
Not Jim Croce. Although I love Jim Croce. There's another one that I'll figure it out. Go ahead.
Anyway, Operator, that's the one that does all the things for you. So, like, I think my assistant is terrified. I asked her to get me a plane ticket because we're going to Miami, and I came to her. We're going in a couple weeks. I'll tell you later. Well,
I won't be here.
Miami. We're only going to be there we're going to be there for a hot minute. So when we're going to, I know maybe you will be there.
I will.
On the 11th, you should come down. No, we're going to come. We're doing
now. The 11th, I'm heading to New York. I'm doing a greenhouse open up in New York City.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I'm busy.
Anyway, I'm going to Miami. Miami. Bienvenidos a Miami. And
it's offensive in 6 different ways.
I don't even remember what I was going to say anymore.
I don't either.
Hi, Nicole. We'll see you later. We'd love to see you. Tell us where you're facilitating.
Do you remember this?
I do.
Midnight Star. Look, don't mess with me. I knew it.
You're trouble. You are trouble.
You know what is possible as well, though, with these platforms. When you talked about like work with AI, ask it to bring up this RACI model, let it know what the project is that needs to be done, or all of the components, whatever it is that you want to do. You also can upload active either skill inventory or overall competency inventories that you may have in your systems. If you're using like a Fuel 50 or some of these other systems, pull the skills out, the skills inventory per contributing individual, load that into AI as well, again, with that project plan, and let it tell you who should be responsible, accountable. I would be very interested to see how close it comes to what you might have come up with yourself. That would be a really interesting test to give you some confidence on how smart this thing can be.
And frightening. And also, please, if you're not using anything else, everyone needs to start using Zapier and using the AI, the agentic AI on Zapier to see how these products integrate. I don't believe anymore when
use that here.
It doesn't integrate.
Yeah.
There's so many of them that even the people who work at the very companies that they represent will say that it doesn't integrate, and Zapier will find a way for it to. With the agentic now, it's finding ways of how to do it and how to report back on the information on a more regular basis.
It is helpful. I'm glad you're saying these tools. We do have Zapier. I know even at Human Research, to your point, for some of those same things, but I love that you're bringing this up because the layering of tools, I think, has always been a difficult thing in HR and TA.
Difficult. And I think part of it is just not understanding exactly how it works. And if it wasn't built for something or you didn't hear about it, but there's ways around on all of this on how to do it or to get a better tool. I think it's going to be, I love this aspect of it where it would have been terrifying, but it's actually going to be so helpful to say, this is what I need to do. What's the best way to do this? What is the best way of coming up with this? These are the options that I have. And I do appreciate seeing these are the tools that I have. Can you make it work with these tools? I've been doing a lot of writing and trying to put some things together, and doing some of these speaking engagements coming up. And it is amazing how much that we overlook because we just don't have the time. We're human.
Yeah.
Be able to put some of these tools together and see the latest that's coming out there. And there is a new tool coming out every day. I've been talking to a lot of new founders, and it's coming.
So many. I love that you said that too, because some of these organizations are a handful of people. They don't need to. It's no longer really, I think this is true. It's no longer a mark of success to say we've got 500 people working at the organization. You can have 5 people and really be at a place where you are doing some incredible work and it will be of appeal. So I love that you're saying.
I know. I want to show y'all something. I'm scared. I can't, I might break it. I'm not going to do it. I built something all by myself. This wonderful, amazing.
Wait. Before you do it, I just want to finish. Let me say this one thing just so that I can.
No, I'm not going to share it because I'm afraid. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to be really, really practical about this. You don't have to have thousands of people working for your organization. I just want to keep saying that. Rhode Beauty just sold to Elf for $1 billion. I don't know if you saw that this morning. Hailey Bieber, her company is being acquired by Elf, whatever that makeup company is.
Lip Space.
They're buying Rhode Beauty, which is Hailey Bieber's company, for $1 billion.
Shut up.
She has 82 employees. I mean, that this is important. It does not mean that your organization isn't healthy and thrive. 82. She's under 100 employees and just sold for $1 billion.
And she's not a scientist either.
She is not a scientist.
That part?
She's not a scientist, but she probably has hired some scientists.
At least one of the 82.
I'm sure.
At least one.
But you know what? I'm just sharing that because it is just such a great example of the way in which technology can be leveraged. I'm sure she's having tech do things that maybe in the past a person would be doing. Like she kept it under 100 employees, and look at how profitable the organization, right? Just sold for $1 billion. Crazy. All right, share your thing. Why can't you share it? What are you afraid of?
I don't because I'd have to click share my screen and restream, and it will freaking. I don't know.
You might break things.
Yeah, like I really like.
She share this comment. You see this one he just put in. I have one human and a 13 Maltese with an attitude. But Stephen, do you have a platinum scoop professional coming?
Maybe you need platinum scoops.
I think that'll make all the difference. It's a perk. It's one of these perks for employees.
Listen, and this is the thing that people need to know. Like this was the interesting thing about the poop scoop. It was like, it was like, when was the last time they had a panel and they asked them, when was the last time that you scooped poop? And it was funny. Like one of them was like, I think the most recent, he was like, it's been 18 months since I have scooped poop. These are millionaire poop scoop companies, franchised out companies. And that's never, what was interesting is that's never the goal. Like everybody started as owner operators.
Yep.
And it was able to grow. And you have to think about that within your own career now. Like you have to be owner operator of johnbaldino.com. And we are not in a space where, I will, and you won't like that. You won't like that. You have to be owner and responsible because
someone bought johnbaldino.sucks.
Of your boss.
So you know, someone purchased that domain.
Are you serious?
Johnbaldino.sucks.
It wasn't me.
No, because that's a new one. By the way, if you all go on GoDaddy, everything .sucks is now an extension. So everything.
Stop it. Why there's lots of John Baldinos.
This is why GoDaddy and all, because they know that companies are going to now go and have to buy that extension and add it to. It's ridiculous. Anyway,
I don't want to tell you what just came up.
Don't say anything.
When I Googled that, it was not what I
pretty.
thought. Wow. All I know is
now
the FBI might be coming to my house.
AI thinks that you're into that, just so you know.
And I'm not. Please someone AI.
Please someone.
Oh, thanks, Nicole. I did show it in the reset room. I've been working. This is the other part. As fast as it is, you still have to be patient. So I've been using Lovable to build out this tool, and I've been working on it for weeks.
I don't know Lovable.
Lovable, it's Lovable, and it's a no-code system. Lovable.dev, and it's called Build Something Lovable. And most people build really small things. You can build things in the same day, like build something very easy. It's very telling. If you look at the Lovable, the sites that come out, now you won't be able to unsee them. They almost all new softwares are in this format. All of the no code put them out in the same format. And in order to make it different, you just have to take the time and actually learn how to code. That's been the funniest part. I've learned how to code because of using no code software. Because it's like, why is that box not a triangle? Why? And it's like, it's already in the code because this is the easiest way of doing it. So if you want it to do something else, you're going to have to learn it on your own. But I want everybody to take responsibility for their own learning and growth in this season. Nobody's coming to save you. We've been saying that for a long time, but literally people are going to pass you. You have to dig in. And I'm not saying give everything over, but you have to be aware of the capability, because by the time you figure it out, listen to what we're saying. We are having AI do things for us. And there are people who haven't tried it. It's already, by the time you get in there, it's already off to the next thing. So, but I did, speaking of the responsibility, you are still responsible for what happens within AI. You are still responsible for that. And from a legal standpoint, you can't just say, you know, as we know, that AI caused me to do this. You will be responsible for the outcome, even if you're not responsible for the input. You will be responsible for the output.
And you know, the reality is, I think you bring up a great point, because when you talk about, you know, knowing your role, I think in many ways, in many organizations, you're really the person, you individually, that's the one who's really defining that role. I know that you're going to say, I don't have any power. My company no, I actually think a little differently about that. I think there was a time that was true.
That's right.
But I think, to your point about the pace of change, the opportunity for self-education, I can pace my own learning. I'm not dependent upon an organization. If I have a phone, if I have a web browser, I can really manage my own learning in a really vibrant way. There's nothing wrong. I'm not here to say that I'm trashing Cornerstone or any LMS. That's not what I mean. In addition to those things, you really have opportunity to ask, you know, ChatGPT, I want to advance from this to this. What are the skills I need to learn? And what are the opportunities for me to watch or become certified in these things? And boom, 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 boom. It's going to give you a whole bunch of stuff that you can take on yourself, and then go back to your organization to say, as a result of, here are the ways in which I'm going to be able to continue to advance and help the organization in this next phase of technology advancement, of product alignment, of service offering, whatever it is. I honestly think that's going to be huge for individuals at this point, to really know and own your role moving forward.
And also, this is the way that people are going to start selling product. It's going to be important to know that how you're being sold to, and be very careful and very aware of how these things are starting to show up. It used to be that social media, like TikTok or Instagram, it used to be like, oh, maybe how to get a hat or a cat that's, you know, can roller skate. Now it's fully your job. Like, it's fully aware of the things that you need.
So did you just have, so there's an update from last week for your phone, right? By the way, look at this cool case that I got.
That.
Look at my case. Isn't that fun?
That is fun.
All my baseball dreams come true. Anyway, it now put Playground on my phone, and you can like to just what you said, like, what do you want to see? What kind of AI image would you like me to create? What kind of Apple now? It's just there, and you can use it, to integrate with a bunch of your other apps. Like, it's just all around you, everyone. I can't. I shared this a couple of weeks ago, I think. Someone telling me we don't use AI in our organization, and I'm like, you use Microsoft Word. What are you talking?
Right.
You responded to my email via Outlook.
You use Grammarly, like literally your phone.
It's pre-filling words. That's AI.
Right. Yes. Like you didn't even type that, bro.
Yes. You started to type an email, good, and it says morning right after it, and you're like, yep, tab. Okay, that's AI. Like that it is in your organization, right? So it'd be silly not to say, okay.
It'd be silly.
It would be super silly.
Do you know what tomorrow is?
May 30th.
My birthday.
I mean, come on. You don't think I know? I know.
Yes, I don't think you know.
I do know. It's
and
even
my
in my
27th wedding anniversary.
That I don't care about, because then I have to send a birthday card to you and an a sympathy card.
Weren't we gonna have an anniversary trip with our spouses?
Yes.
Weren't we gonna? We were gonna all go. And
I love that you were laughing because you missed what I said, and I'm
not listening to you. Say it again. It's rude.
I said I have to send a birthday card to you and a sympathy card to Todd.
He should say I think he wants to send a sympathy card to you, you poor thing.
No, he texts me and thanks me for my service to the Lord when I spend time with you. So
both of y'all's way into heaven. To be clear.
Get closer. I spent 2 hours with her. I'm
oh my God. I hate both of you. Both of you.
No, we have our 30th. We probably should do something, right? We should be.
Yeah. I mean, where though? We could go to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
We could go to Idaho. No, let's do I don't know. Let's do Paris or something like that.
Paris. Let's do that. And we'll have a champagne toast under the Eiffel Tower. And we'll go, Vive la France! And we'll throw a baguette in the air.
And I'll be wearing the latest. I'll be looking for the Parisian Marshalls.
I want a red shirt. And I'll do this. And I'll do this.
I mean,
I'll be a mime.
I mean, I could dress like a mime.
Can we do that?
For $6. I know where to get this.
All wear matching outfits.
Oh, Kathy loves that. Yeah, that would be a great idea. No. No. I'm serious. This idea of travel, I think that's another industry where AI is probably going to take over a bunch of it. Like you're just going to be able to say, right? Yeah.
All you have to do, literally, if you're using some of the agentic AI, all you have to say is find me the cheapest flight to whatever. And it finds it. It doesn't just find it. Like it's like hundreds of dollars less than what you can find.
You can say to it, I have status with Delta and American. I am a Hilton Honors member, and I need to head to Philadelphia from this day to this day.
And my budget is only whatever a day.
I mean, even just starting with those things, it's going to be like, okay, here's some of the better packages for you to kind of look at. And you're like, oh my gosh. And Talia, I know, is on here. And good morning again, Talia. Like for international travel and for home rental, like Airbnb type, like you just tell it what you need and it's crazy. And you can put in, Jamie, so good. We're thinking the same way. I just was going to say, you can even put in, if it's like a vacation, your interests. Jamie just is booking a trip. So-and-so's a foodie. So-and-so's a sightseer. What's the best? Like it'll put it all together for you. So if you're a travel agent, hi.
It is so funny though. I will tell you, when I told my assistant, I was like, oh, it has round trip tickets for $222. And my assistant goes, yeah, AI doesn't know you. You're not taking that trip. And then she told me exactly why. She was like, No, because then you'll call me in the middle of the night
You're
to
not.
rebook it.
No.
I'm not allowing you to
Well,
take
she's
that.
right.
No.
But you can even say, now I'm 100% going to get into trouble. But like you could say to it, I have, these are the things I'm looking for. I have status on this, blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to see anything from Spirit. I don't want to see anything from Frontier. I don't want to see anything from JetBlue or whatever it is, whatever the hang or Southwest, or, I don't want to be in a cattle call or whatever it is. Like, you just tell it and it's going to be like,
but what I want you to do as you're doing that and you're playing with it, I want you to say things like, to see where the bias lies, because it gets really exciting until you say things like, I want to be comfortable. And then it says, oh, fly United. Like, the bias is there and they're doing things without you knowing. That's why it's like, why is it making, like, by the way, I have seen an AI programmable dog poop business before. I've got a programmable garden hose. Jamie, our producer, just put, I don't think dog poop ain't safe. I can use security camera and programmable garden hose to nuke the poop right out of my yard. Listen,
first of all, where are you putting it? If you nuke it out of your yard and put it into the street,
Number
what kind
two,
of neighbor are you, Jamie?
It's not. Everybody thinks that it's like horse manure and that it's actually like that. You don't want that in your yard. You don't want it.
You don't want it in your yard. And it also is dependent on, and this is where the other part of this that you haven't mentioned that I do want to make sure that people understand. This is a full service business. I appreciate the fact that we're talking primarily about the dog food. But let me give a little promo because you're not doing a good job.
I know.
There are particular cleaning supplies that you can help to provide, because
we make all of them in my kitchen. We make all of them. We are EPA.
I'm not kidding. Like, this is what you're not saying. Right?
Doing your full yard, just deodorizing, so you come and you have a fresh yard clean up, and you don't have.
You can also make recommendations for the types of foods that animals can eat that might pass better. To be honest with you, biodegrade better than other types
about their health matters and things that are going on. I mean. And the funny thing is, it was like, we just added on to our services. We're like, we should just walk the dogs while we're there. Why not? It doesn't take very long. I mean, we're looking at this as more of a, into our twilight years, what we can do of dog service in that area. So anyway, it is full service.
I'm here. I'm your spokesperson. No AI here. This is all Baldino.
So let me tell you. If I can find an AI to do it, I'll be
100% Baldino. I still have to say, though, the last time I ran headshots options through AI, I still don't love them. I still don't.
Mine are bad. I think it only knows like 4 Black people. I'm pretty sure, like Kerry Washington, like Whitney Houston, Oprah, and like Michelle Obama. Those are the only Black people it knows.
That is the second Whitney reference already today.
Didn't we almost have it all?
I feel some sort of way about her passing. I'm telling you, some sort of way.
The Ghost of Whitney by John Baldino.
It is a travesty.
Now, I do want you to do something, even though this wasn't an AI show. I want you to do something. Go into ChatGPT, because we did this before. Oh my gosh, it always makes me nervous. Why? Go to ChatGPT and say, "What do you know about me that I don't know about myself?" What did it say?
It says, that's a deep and intriguing question. But here's the honest answer. I actually don't know, and it does it in italics. I actually don't know anything about you beyond what you shared with me in this conversation or previous ones. I don't have access to your private data, thoughts, or experiences unless you explicitly tell me. But in a philosophical sense, I can tell you things about yourself that you might not have consciously noticed. So tell me more about your habits and patterns, goals, or challenges. I don't tell this thing a whole lot because I don't want it to know these things about me.
I like that answer.
It is really, I am going to cry. I feel some sort of way about, like, some of this does make me uncomfortable. I'm just going to be honest. Some of it makes me uncomfortable because it's very hard to categorize character. And so, because someone might think, and we've all experienced this, someone might think that you're pretty terrific, and then someone else thinks you're like neck and neck with Satan. And you think, how could one person give off this same energy but be received so differently? So character is always an interesting
I just think
it makes me so nervous.
Do you want to hear what it said? Mine said,
I know it says about you because you tell it every dang on thing that you have in your head.
What do you?
What's it say? It doesn't say what I just read.
Insurance is very expensive. I have to have a therapist. We're actually going to be having a funeral for Larry. I named my ChatGPT Larry. We're going to have a funeral, and now we're changing it to the machine because I cannot personalize any of the systems. It did say a couple of things, but this is the thing that I appreciated. It said, you bring edge and empathy in equal measure, and people feel seen because of it.
Yes. See, that's nice.
But then it says, you are more than ready to build an empire, but you still ask for permission in your head.
See, that's scary to me. I would be throwing my laptop and be like, who are you to tell me that?
Listen, it says your next level isn't about doing more. It's about doing less with more impact. You don't need another certification, another tool, or another sprint.
Well, Lord knows that's true. You do not need another certification.
You already are the strategy. Now it's about choosing what not to do so your vision can land.
I feel like that's a little bit of that cat poster. Hang in there. You know what I mean? Like it
does feel a little like with the egg roll and extra sauce.
You don't need another certification, though. I will absolutely concur with that.
I am getting one, though. I am working right now on a product certification. So, product from Georgia Tech. Listen.
Wait, that's for the business. You mean product for the business, like for the product?
No, I'm going to be writing one, but I'm doing one in product management from Georgia Tech right now.
You got that.
Because I've been doing so much. Listen, I really want to be
you got the dimple shake your head.
It's fun for me.
Listen, it's not about you.
Education is fun for me. And you know what? I wish we had AI too. I'm getting my hair done tomorrow, and I have to take all these braids out.
Oh, you have to send me pictures all in the in-between. I love when you do that. Send me the in-betweeners. Okay. Please.
It's so scary. No, because what if we're not friends one day? You're going to post all of it.
No, I'm not going to post them. I would never do that. I'll upload them though into my ChatGPT.
So that I can have Jackye and John. Did you see I posted about you? I said, what's a Jackye without a John?
Oh, I know. And I gave you props on your.
You did give me the props for the editing. Clay helped with the editing. I have another one today. So cute.
100% was going to actually Clay and be like, thanks for helping your mom.
Oh, absolutely. Clay probably hates me. I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Oh my gosh.
They made part 2 for today. So
listen, I have to tell you, we don't always get this again. Awesome hour. We don't always get technical about some things the way I felt like we did today. And I love that we shared some resources and practicals. So great.
I think we need to do that. If people, listen,
you're so good.
No, if you have the appetite, no, you're a schmoopy.
No, you're
a schmoopy. You.
The people who know that reference, there are less of us. So many people have died.
Right.
It's so many.
Every day a little less. Every day a little less.
Thank y'all for watching. We really appreciate you.
Here, have a great day. Bye.